This video is for you if you want to learn more about the world of Tesla stock splits. Tesla's stock was divided 5 ways for $2,000 per share in 2020. August 2022, 2 years later, saw a 3-for-1 split at $900 per share. However, what if I told you that the 2024 stock split might be the next one to occur? Before we begin, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons and to tell your friends about this video if they are interested in earning a significant amount of money. Shall we get started now? It's crucial to understand that a stock split and a share buyback are not the same thing. By splitting up a company's current shares into several shares, a stock split can reduce the price per share while maintaining the same total value of the business. In contrast, a share buyback occurs when a business buys back its shares from investors, lowering the total number of outstanding shares and raising the value of each share that is still in circulation. In recent years, Tesla has split its shares and repurchased others. In August 2020, the company's first stock split took place, with each share being divided 5-for-1 at a cost of $2,000 each. A second stock split took place in August 2022, splitting the shares 3-for-1 at a price of $900 each. Given that some investors found it difficult to participate in Tesla due to the higher share price prior to the splits, the purpose of these stock splits was to increase the accessibility of the company's shares to a larger pool of potential buyers. Regarding share buybacks, Tesla has also participated in a number of these initiatives. In an effort to provide value to shareholders and demonstrate confidence in the firm's long-term prospects, the company announced in March 2019 that it would be repurchasing $2 billion worth of shares over the course of 2 years. Tesla revealed a second share repurchase scheme in February 2021, this time for up to $5 billion worth of shares. It's hard to predict for sure if there will be another stock split in 2024. Companies usually announce stock splits in response to a range of circumstances, such as general market conditions, the company's stock price, and its stock objectives. There's no way to tell for sure at this time, but it's feasible that Tesla will announce another stock split in the upcoming years. It's important to keep in mind that buying shares deliberately in order to profit from the knowledge of a stock split is a risky and speculative tactic. When a firm will announce a stock split is impossible to forecast with any degree of precision, and even if it does, there's no assurance that the price of the shares will rise further after the announcement. Prior to making any judgments, like with any investing strategy, careful investigation and evaluation of all pertinent information are necessary. Here are some fascinating details regarding how Tesla handles stock splits before we get into estimates and numbers. As was previously established, the price of a share of Tesla stock was $2,000 when the company initially split its shares. It was more like $1,000 per share the second time around. This implies that the business would rather stay away from 4-digit stock values. Given that Google and Amazon split their stock 24-1, why would any company want shares worth hundreds of dollars? It's still a little absurd. Rather, it is anticipated that shares of Tesla would probably trade in the upper hundreds or about $800 per share, following the company's next stock split. And further intriguing detail is that following a stock split, the corporation strives to prevent the share price from falling below $200, with a bottom bound of approximately $300. When preparing for the future, this is an important factor to take into account. By 2030, 14 million new cars are predicted to be on the road, while closer to 20 million are anticipated. Since we don't know how many consumers are paying for full FSD or have SSD subscription numbers, we'll start with a projection of $45 EPS for 2030 and assume that 15% of newly sold vehicles convert to or paid for full FSD. While some might consider that bullish, Tesla's early year results this year might surprise us. By estimating the stock prices and the timing of a stock split, we are able to determine the answer for 2020, which has a PE of about 50. Though we're still in a weak market, the PE for 2023 is currently about 60, thus that makes a PE of 60 really impressive. Please click the like and subscribe buttons if you're interested in learning more about Tesla stock splits and the company's production and delivery data estimates. Numerous factors, such as market movements, interest rates, inflation, and Fed policies, are involved in determining Tesla's future. Despite this uncertainty, I believe that by the end of this year, or at least halfway through, we will likely be in a bull market, and Tesla's PE for 2020 and 2023 will be over 50. Gary Black projects a stock price of around $370 per share in the future, which would give the business an absurd PE of 74 and an estimated valuation of $1.2 trillion. Even while I believe a more realistic PE of 50 would place the stock price at about $400, there's always a chance that, in a bull market, the market could go crazy and push prices higher than they really should. Even while companies like Netflix, Tesla, and Meta can print money, if fear takes hold, their stock values could drop by 80%. In the event that Tesla splits its shares, the price per share might fall to about $200, which would raise the stock price by 4 times. But after a stock split, I believe the price of the company will probably settle at a PE of about 70 in 2025 and $70 annually in 2026. Unless there is a significant invention that drives Tesla's stock higher, I don't see Tesla's PE moving much past the low 20s for the remainder of this decade and the first half of the next. For the next 10 years, I estimate that the average PE for this ticket will be in the low 30s, then in the mid 50s. When is Tesla going to divide its stock? Although it's difficult to predict with certainty, my goal is to achieve a PE of 60 at $300 per share in 2023, with the stock price probably hovering around $400, and a PE of 50 in 2024. With a PE of 45, the price may fall to $45 in 2025, and with a PE of 40, it may reach almost $700 in 2026. Based on all of these forecasts, I think Tesla will have at least 2 significant stock splits in the upcoming years. Depending on growth, this may happen as early as 2024. Even though it's impossible to foresee the future with absolute precision, I'm confident in my forecasts and excited to watch how they come to pass. Although some analysts believe this, it is quite improbable that Tesla will divide its shares very soon. Rather, the next chance for a split might present itself when the stock hits $500 to $600 per share, which might happen at the end of this decade or early in the next one. Anywhere between 2025 and 2027 could work, but I think 2026 would be the best year for a split. We also want to make this clear for anyone considering buying right away. In a repurchase, an investor's holdings have the same overall worth, but there are more shares and a lower share price as a result. As a result, an investor's investing objectives and the particulars of the split will determine how many shares they hold to optimize their returns during a stock split. An investor who had 100 shares prior to the split will now own 200 shares following the split, for instance, if a corporation announces a 2-for-1 stock split. However, the value of their holdings will stay the same. An investor's holdings will be worth twice as much as they were before to the split if the stock price doubles following the split. Generally speaking, during a stock split, holding more shares may potentially yield higher returns on investment, but it's important to keep in mind that investing carries dangers and that success is not guaranteed. Furthermore, before making an investment, investors should take the company's prospects and overall performance into account. Stock splits are not the only element that impacts a company's share value. It makes sense for Tesla to maintain its stock price in the 3 figures in order to make it more accessible to the average person, even though stock splits are unpredictable. In the upcoming years, let's see how accurate this forecast proves to be. I'm sure it can maintain its position. I appreciate you seeing. Remember to subscribe and like this material if you liked it. We appreciate your patience once more, and we hope to see you in the next video.